Mid-April marks a precise astronomical event, the vernal equinox. The Earth's orbit reaches a point of balance, triggering a massive shift in seasonal conditions. Nowhere is this shift more consequential than in the Brahmaputra Valley. This hyper-dense agrarian ecosystem responds immediately to the incoming heat and moisture. Right at this climatic pivot point sits Rongali, or Bohag Bihu, the starting point of the Assamese calendar and the region's most critical event. It operates on a strict sequential 7-day structure known as Sat Bihu. By tracking these 7 distinct phases, we can see exactly how an entire civilization systematically reboots its biological, social, and economic infrastructure for the year ahead. Bihu functions as a deliberate 7-step sequence of socio-ecological protocols. The first phase of the calendar, Guru Bihu, bypasses human celebration entirely. The focus is strictly on the region's primary economic engine, the livestock.
Farmers begin the day by applying ma haldi, a paste made of black gram and raw turmeric, directly to the cattle. The animals are then guided to local water sources and bathed using the branches of 2 specific plants, Digalati and Makiyati. Both plants contain active botanical compounds that function as potent natural insect and parasite repellents, treating the animal's skin before the heavy monsoon sets in. As evening falls, the protocol dictates the creation of jaga. Burning paddy husks produce a dense smoke that establishes a protective, mosquito-free perimeter around the cattle sheds. Before a single human-centric activity begins, the protocol mandates a comprehensive veterinary intervention to secure the primary workforce. With the agricultural assets secured, Day 2, Manu Bihu, activates the human operators. Humans undergo their own biological maintenance, starting with a dermatological cleanse using water infused with turmeric and cordoi, or starfruit. The day centers on a highly specific nutritional requirement, the consumption of 101 zak, a meal compiled from 101 distinct varieties of local medicinal leafy greens, like dekia and manidanya. In clinical terms, this practice is a form of immunomodulation. By flooding the system with a massive dose of diverse plant nutrients, the population receives a calculated boost to their immune systems right as the vulnerable transition to spring weather occurs. This concentrated intake of nutrients builds immunity across the population before the high-contact social phases begin. Nodes 3 and 4, Gosai and Kutumbihu, handle the immediate social infrastructure. They dedicate specific time for spiritual grounding and reinforcing close kinship networks through mandatory household visits. By Node 5, Senehi Bihu, the system scales up to broader community integration and courtship. Here we see the deployment of the Husari tradition. Groups travel systematically from house to house, performing in courtyards. This functions as a localized distribution network, circulating both social goodwill and material wealth throughout the village. The music driving these performances relies on an acoustic ensemble constructed strictly from the immediate environment, utilizing instruments like the pepa, made from buffalo horn, and the bamboo gogona. Activity shifts to large public fairs, facilitating regional trade and wide-scale cultural exchange. The final phase, Chera Bihu, acts as the system's controlled shutdown sequence. This node forces a physiological shift, transitioning the diet away from rich festive foods towards sour, cooling meals like pakalbat. This abrupt change breaks the momentum of the celebration. It provides the necessary resolution so the population can transition back into heavy agricultural labor. The 7-day progression moves from individual ecological maintenance to region-wide social reinforcement. Furthermore, every physical artifact utilized across these 7 days is a direct output of the Brahmaputra Valley's unique ecology. The Kopu fool, or foxtail orchid, an endemic species blooming precisely at this time, serves as the mandatory botanical marker of the new year. The structure of Rongali Bihu illustrates how indigenous tradition can serve as a functional system for managing a specific environment.